Dow Chemical had donated $1 million to Trump's inauguration fund and most recently sent letters to 3 federal agencies asking them to ignore pesticide studies that say their products threaten endangered species.
If it's not already clear how terrible Trump has been for the EPA and the environment in general, then hopefully this next story will convince you.
The EPA made headlines in March when its new chief, Scott Pruitt, rejected the agency's own scientific findings and decided not to ban an insecticide that uses a poisonous chemical despite mounting evidence that the chemical caused learning and memory declines, particularly among farm workers and young children. A month later, as Mother Jones reports, the chemical poisoned a bunch of farm workers who reported vomiting and nausea.
The incident shut down harvesting operations after some of those workers complained of sudden illness.
Don't wait, particularly if you're suffering from any symptoms, whether it's nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Seek medical attention immediately.
But there's one big winner from Scott Pruitt's decision, Dow Chemical, which sells about 5 million pounds of the substance each year. Dow Chemical had donated $1 million to Trump's inauguration fund and most recently sent letters to 3 federal agencies asking them to ignore pesticide studies that say their products threaten endangered species.
So, despite what you think of Hillary or really anybody else, just look at Trump, the Trump administration on its own. This is a guy who ran a campaign talking about draining the swamp, talking about how politicians are bought. I mean, during one of the debates, he literally discussed that.
I will tell you that our system is broken. I give to many people. Before 2 months ago, I was a businessman. I give to everybody. When they call, I give. And you know what? When I need something from them, 2 years later, 3 years later, I call them. They are there for me. And that's a broken system.
And it was no coincidence that his popularity grew and continued to grow after he discussed that. Because people know that. We all know that. Left, right, doesn't matter who you are. We know politicians are bought off. And 2 people talked about that, Trump and Bernie Sanders. And now while Bernie Sanders was honest about it and actually ran a campaign that did not take big donations, Trump did. Despite what he told you, that he's self-funded, he was not self-funded. He took a lot of money, and he's cozy with CEOs and billionaires. Trump doesn't represent you. And he is absolutely destroying the EPA and, by association, the environment. Now, if you want clean water, clean air, and, maybe not get poisoned as a farm worker, Trump is not someone you want to fight for. So my only hope is that Trump supporters will begin to get wise to this and realize that, sure, Trump may have said things that appealed to your ears, but he was on both sides of almost every issue. And he lied constantly. He may have not been a politician necessarily before he became president, but he absolutely is one now. And he's not just a politician. He's the worst one we've ever seen. He's bought off. He's corrupt. He only cares to enrich himself. He doesn't care about you at all. He cares about how much he's talked about on television. He cares about being the center of attention. He's a narcissist. He doesn't give a shit about you. How do I make it more clear than this? Allowing shit like this to happen. If you're still a Trump supporter, wake up, please.